How can you have a 5-star hotel room with no minibar?
Would I stay here again? It's expensive.
Today I am staying at Beaverbrook in Surrey, England, and I think it's one of the poshest hotels outside of London.
It reminds me of a modern version of Downton Abbey, and in fact it's so posh it makes me feel like I should be a lady or a duchess to even stay here. But luckily for us, they let mere mortals like me in, so we can go and check it out together. Let's check it out. Okay, it's very, very cute. And what I would say is this doesn't feel like a hotel room. It feels like you've been invited to stay at your rich friend's house. And by rich, I mean they've got a butler and a wine cellar, like rich. Okay, so this is very unusual. Hit pause and pop in the comments if you know what this is. Right, okay, so it's my room key. Look at this, you've actually got a physical key instead of having a key card. I think that's very unusual and very pretty.
There's a super king size bed, which is always appreciated. And look at this throw. It's incredibly soft. I wish you could feel it. It feels like cashmere. Now these cushions look expensive, so I will not be putting those on the floor tonight. And you've got this gorgeous, beautiful linen feel headboard with a subtle stripe pattern. It's very understated, very elegant. And look at this old school style push button telephone. It's definitely giving vintage vibes.
Should we see if it's just for decoration? Nope, there is a ringtone. Both bedsides you've got 2 lights. So there's this lamp here, which is quite big and quite bright. And then you've also got this bronzed, more ornate wall light that actually moves around quite a lot. So that's great for reading. There's some pretty artwork above the bed head, and I'm wondering if these flowers can be found in their gardens.
Oh guys, look at this traditional alarm clock. I really hope no one has accidentally set this for 6 a.m. But yeah, it's very cute and fits the aesthetic perfectly. As we're staying at the garden house, the theme throughout is flowers and plants, and you can see that again in the artwork and the soft furnishings. And if you look out of the window here, you can actually see their kitchen garden in the distance, and you're allowed to walk around, smell the herbs, and take a look at what they're growing. So in here is all the hotel information. There's a guest book, there's details about Wi-Fi, bike hire, and how to cool down for a buggy.
Oh yes, so on that note, I'm staying at the garden house, and where I'm having dinner at the Japanese restaurant is in the main house, and it's about like a 3-minute walk, so it's easy to do. But obviously tonight I'm going out for drinks and dinner, so I'm going to dress up and put my heels on, so I don't really want to do that walk later on in my heels. So reception suggested that I give them a call about 10 minutes before I want to go down, and they'll send me up a buggy, and that will be my Uber down to dinner. And also, I don't know if I mentioned, there is a cinema here, and they have 3 screenings a day, one at 4:30, one at 7, and one at 9:30. So I'm thinking after dinner and drinks, of course, I might just pop in and have a little look at what they're showing. My only fear is it's Friday the 13th today, and the receptionist mentioned they might be playing a scary movie. And when I tell you, scary movies are not my kind of vibe. Like, I'm here by myself, I will freak out and I won't sleep if I watch a scary movie tonight. So we'll see.
Oh, look at this gorgeous antique style chest. I'm not sure what year it's from, but it's great for some extra storage if you need it. But I feel like I need to be really gentle with it, like it's a museum piece. Like, I don't want to damage it in any way. Now, this is my kind of reading material. They've got the latest edition of Vogue, GQ and Harper's Bazaar, and I'll definitely be taking a copy of Vogue down by the pool tomorrow to flick through. Oh my goodness, how cute is this? It's like a proper old school style serving trolley. And what I love is it's finished in the same kind of bronze as the wall lights by the bed. Like, I love the coordination. Now, I'm not a coffee drinker, so don't come for me. So I've got no idea if this machine is state of the art or not. But given where we are, I'm gonna assume it's top of the range. So you can let me know in the comments. Now, there's a beautiful setup here with some cups, some saucers. I've got some semi-skim milk, and there's a little pot for tea bags, which is perfect because I drink peppermint tea and I need somewhere to put my tea bag. Down here, we've got some complimentary water, some lovely glasses, and yes, we've got a kettle for the tea drinkers among us. I love that. The curtains have not escaped the floral theme, but what I love is these curtains are so thick. I know there's no light going to be coming through these in the morning.
Right, let's check out the bathroom. One thing about me is I love a bath, and this, I'm not sure if it's capturing on camera, but can you see how deep it is? This bath is deep, girl. And also they have got some gorgeous Bamford products. Lush body wash. What else have we got here? Shampoo and conditioner. And if I don't use them, I will definitely be taking those bad boys home. There's some decorative pottery, which I don't even want to get close to. I don't even want to breathe near it, because could you imagine if you did any damage? Like, stop. Over here, we've got the double sink. I mean, I'm in the garden house. I just wasn't sure if the double sink thing would be a vibe over here, but it is. I'm very pleased to see. We've got more Bamford products, some hand and body lotion and hand and body wash. We've got some flannels and hand towels at the bottom there next to the bin. We've got some gorgeous robes. We've spotted some more Spitfires branded robes. We love to see that. And we've got a little warning here. Dear guests, please be aware that the towel realm will be very hot. That's fine, because that's just how I like it. We've got double mirrors. Hi. And we've got an empty pot in here, which I'm going to pop my toothbrush in. And then we've got some little amenity bits. Another Spitfire. I hope we've got to keep count of these, haven't we, guys? So this technically is 3. So we've got a shower cap, all branded. I wouldn't expect anything less. Here is the toilet, and opposite that is the shower, which has a little bit of a step up. So just be mindful of that. Got that kind of like old style traditional design with a monsoon kind of shower from overhead. And of course, we have got the stunning Bamford products. Lovely. So there is one thing that is missing, and you may have noticed. Have you noticed what it is? It's the minibar. How can you have a 5-star hotel room with no minibar? And that's because they've outdone themselves. Let me show you.
So I'm going to give you a real quick history lesson because this place is steeped in it. So Lord Beaverbrook, who owned this estate, was like a modern day Rupert Murdoch. So he was a newspaper tycoon who owned the Daily Express and the Evening Standard.
Beaverbrook was also Winston Churchill's Minister of Aircraft Production during World War II. And Churchill himself used to come here frequently to strategize and probably have a good time. And that's why there's this aviation theme that runs through the property. So even as you drive into the hotel, there's a massive outline of a Spitfire mowed into the lawn, and even there's small details like when you look at some of the staff uniforms or their suits, they've got little Spitfire pins on them, which I think are really cute. And it wasn't just Churchill that was the famous and frequent face here. You had the likes of Elizabeth Taylor, Ian Fleming, who wrote all the James Bond novels, Rebecca West, who else? Harold Macmillan. So it really was like a who's who in power. So if you were kind of powerful and interesting between 1910 and 1960, you would definitely be invited to have drinks here at the weekend. The estate had a massive renovation in 2017, and I think it still attracts that kind of high-end clientele. So rumour has it that allegedly Anton Deck and Michael Caine have been known to frequent here, and that Harry Kane has been spotted on the golf course, and Sir Paul McCartney has been known to watch a film in the cinema room. I feel like this is still very much a place where important people come to relax, unwind, and not be bothered. This is their country club. Just having a peek to see if I see anybody famous. Not yet. There are 3 main buildings here. There's the house, which is the original manor. Then you've got the coach house, which has got the spa and the gym, which I will definitely be going to while I'm here. And here is the garden house. And this has got a bit more of a cottagey style feeling. And there's a gorgeous bistro restaurant downstairs. So I'm about to get ready for dinner. But before I do that, I thought I'd give you my thoughts so far. So on arrival, before you actually get into the property, there's a barrier and there's a member of staff who checks off your name and that you're actually staying here. So I think if you are really into security or privacy, I can see why they've got that in place. There's not going to be just random people rocking up from the street into this property. Everybody here is having drinks, having dinner, or staying the night. As I pulled up at the house, the main house, to check in, I was greeted by name by the valet, and he guided me on where to park up so I could go and check in, and he walked me to check in. The lady that I checked in with at reception was lovely, very approachable, very knowledgeable about the property, told me everything that I needed to know. And yeah, I think there's sometimes a perception of places like this that the staff are going to be snobby, look you up and down. Absolutely none of that here. This wasn't like going to an Hermes store. They were very happy to have me. There was a slight miscommunication in my timings for dinner. So I want to actually eat 30 minutes before the time they seem to have. But the time on my email is correct. So I'm hoping that kind of sorts itself out when I head down. And if not, I'll just wait in the bar area until it's time to eat. It's not a biggie. Once I'd finished checking in at reception, I was guided by the valet in his golf buggy to where I needed to park my car. He then took my case out of my boot of my car, carried it up to my room, put it on a case stand for me that he got out of the wardrobe, showed me around my room, asked me if there was anything else that I needed, gave me directions to the spa, and was just the most helpful person I think I've ever met in a long time. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for that. So yeah, at the moment, this place feels like a big, warm, luxurious hug, and I can't wait to go and experience a bit more tonight. I just had a super quick shower and change. I'll see if I can show you the full outfit. Okay guys, so one annoying thing they get marked down for, there's no full length mirror in this room. They could have put one on the back of the door quite easily, but we'll let them off for now. I hope you can see this. It's Friday night, we're at Beaverbrook, so I thought we'll crack out an LBD. I've got some heels on. Hopefully this will do.
And I do not fancy walking down to the main house in these heels, so I'll be calling a buggy right about now.
Is it possible to have a buggy so that I could pop down to the main house? I'm just going to do a quick spritz of Penhaligon's The Favourite. There we go. And we're done.
Oh, that's good. I can switch the lights off. Back to normal again, events and all of that.
Yeah, settle down a little bit.
This is their cocktail menu, which features some house classics. I'm going to stay well away from the old-fashioned because that would give me a hangover from hell. The champagne cocktail looks tempting. They've also got some wines by the glass, and if you're feeling really flush, you could order yourself a bottle of Cristal. Now, I'm going to be a bit boring, and although the champagne cocktail looked tempting, I've decided to go with one of my all-time favourite classics, which is a Cosmopolitan, of course.
We're not going to shoot last.
Oh, well, I literally left these tables left going.
This cocktail is stunning.
And ladies, just a reminder, it's actually Valentine's weekend. You don't need to wait for the date to go out. You don't need to wait for your friends to go out. If you want to go out and have a nice experience, do it by yourself.
So I'm pleasantly surprised by the extensive Japanese menu. I'm just going to have the edamame beans to start because I love those, and I'm going to have the hay smoked baby chicken and some steamed rice for my main.
That is very good. So the house champagne is merry, so we'll see how much that is a glass. But in the meantime, we'll enjoy it. I'm not going to lie, the food is very good, and I just have to undo my belt hook by one button. Dang. So I've just come back to the room, and turn down service has been complete. I've got a little note card with a poem by the bed, very cute. The bed is turned down and they've left some water by the bedside. So I'm just going to fill out the breakfast card menu for the morning. You need to place the card on your door by 4 a.m. There's another Spitfire for you to add to the count. It's the usual suspects. So I'm going to have a little peruse of the menu and leave that hanging on my door for the morning.
I feel like I've had just the most wonderful evening here at Beaverbrook. I had a gorgeous dinner and then back to Sir Frank's bar to enjoy a couple of glasses of champagne. As I left, I had a lovely chat with Christine, who checked me in, and we have like a shared love affair for the travel industry. So we were catching up, and although we kind of worked in very different fields, they've got similar overlapping tones, so we had a few things in common, and we had that kind of connection, which was really nice. And then Simon kindly dropped me back again in the golf buggy up to the garden house. So yeah, I am very happy. I've had an incredible experience so far, but I'm very tired. I've had a couple of drinks and I am very ready to go to bed.
For a cup of peppermint tea and chill. Right, I've got 8 more minutes of marinating and then it is definitely time for bed. Good night.
Good morning from Beaverbrook. I've had a great night's sleep. The bed and room temperature were really comfortable, and I just got ready really quickly because I wanted to head to the gym and spa as I didn't have time to get in there yesterday. So quick dash, and it was quite refreshing. A 3-minute walk down to the coach house. The grounds here are absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful place to walk if you like walking. Beaverbrook is also really well known for its famous golf course, where the waitlist is years long, and it's rumoured that the membership fee is about £300,000 British pounds a year. So I'll be passing on that because it's the price of a small flat in Surrey. Changing rooms here are beautiful, and I've got them all to myself. Really nice hair dryer, some little pads and cotton buds if you need them, refreshing cucumber water, lots of lockers to store your stuff, and really beautiful showers for the changing rooms. Very much looking forward to having a chill out by the lovely pool.
What a wonderful and relaxing way to start the day. Oh, I could have spent the whole day there, honestly. It was lush. And now I am ravenous, which is perfect timing because I have a room service breakfast being delivered between 10 and 10:30. Breakfast has arrived, which is great because I am hungry. So I ordered a side of pastries, which also comes with some sourdough bread. There's a selection of jams, butters and marmalade. I got a cold pressed apple juice. There's some salt and pepper and some beautiful little flowers. And for my hot breakfast, I got some scrambled eggs with smoked salmon and toast. So the only thing I'd say with a room here at the Garden House is that there's no table for me to sit at to eat my breakfast, but I've got a tray, so I will make use of that. Okay, I'm going to dive in and do a taste test. That's lovely. Really good. Perfect temperature. Very, very tasty indeed. So before I leave, I'm having one last walk around the grounds. I've put my faux fur on because it's a little bit fresh outside. In the daylight, you can see the full scale of this place, the gardens, the woods, the manor house. It's just genuinely breathtaking. This is one of those places that feels like it exists outside of the normal world, and you come here to spend the day, the night or the weekend, and you escape to this very different world, a very elegant and luxurious world. And I guess one of the real questions is it worth that high-end budget? Rooms obviously vary in price depending on when you stay, but they can set you back from anywhere from $800 to $1,200 plus a night. I was really lucky and I've come off season and I got a room for $495, and that included breakfast and access to the spa. But I had to change up into this jacket because it got a little bit too hot while I'm sat here in the sun. So what did I love? Well, the history here is real. There's like actual historical significance. Like Winston Churchill actually spent a lot of time here strategizing during the war. This estate has stories to tell. The estate here is stunning. There's 470 acres of Surrey Hills for you to explore, and there's something that's very special about that. I felt like it had genuine period features with a modern, luxurious twist. The room was exceptional. I don't think it was very big, but what it lacked in size, it made up for in comfort and style and luxuriousness and attention to detail. There's a really high level of privacy and security here. I think even with some of the top hotels in London, you can just be a Joe Bloggs and walk in off the street, go and see the bar, grab a drink, whereas here that can't happen. So I think if you are a celebrity, that's definitely one of the draws. I wouldn't say the dress code is super fancy. I'd say like relaxed, smart, casual. I made an effort last night, but this isn't the place that you'd rock up in a hoodie and tracksuit bottoms. So in terms of value for money, I think when you look at other luxury hotels within the UK, this is actually very competitively priced. I would definitely recommend Beaverbrook if you are looking to celebrate a special occasion, if you love history, or if you really value privacy and exclusivity. Would I stay here again? Absolutely. I'm tempted to come back because I think this place comes alive in the summer. There's going to be outdoor drinks on the terrace, the outdoor swimming pool will be open, and they've got this great feature of like real life-size hot air balloons that you can have like a 9-course tasting menu underneath. So would you like me to come back in the summer and review the bits that aren't open at the moment? Let me know in the comments. Ultimately, this is what luxury should feel like.
effortless, elegant, historical, beautiful.